Welcome to the 300th episode of I'm Right. Now, the show will start in approximately 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So, if you're listening in replay, you can fast forward past this 4 minutes and get right into the show and check out some amazing content. At least I think so. We'll see. First of all, I want to thank all of the listeners that just listen to the show. I'm sure you listen in your car or while you're at work or when you're doing your chores at home. So thank you for that. And officially, we're beginning to generate income from these ads. So, with all the sponsors that play before our show, I hope you're enjoying them, and I hope you use some of the sponsors that pop up in your feed when you're listening to the show. Now, for those of you that come live, and you're going to be here live in the show, and by the way, we want the people, all of you lovely people that just listen to the show like you're listening to the radio or listening to a radio show or something like that. We would love it if you come to the show live and check us out and see us and talk to us. But for all of our audience that does come live, remember you can comment and ask questions if you're on Facebook or YouTube. You can do it right through there with no problem. So that is cool. But you can also click a link that will bring you right into the show. So you can become a part of the show where we can see you and hear you. And if you are not camera ready, don't worry, we will not put you on camera. So and you also have the option to turn your camera off. So but if you're nervous about it or anything, don't be nervous. We keep everything just like you're sitting here with us. So you'll be in a safe place and it'll be fun. It will. It'll actually be fun. Now, another thing, we have 1 day left. 1 day left where you can enter us, or cast your vote, actually, for the Podcast Awards. That's podcastawards.com. So check that out and look for the People's Choice category or Society and Culture. That's where we're at, and you can cast your vote for us. I mean, that's if you like us. If you like us, please cast a vote for us. And see, the deadline for that is July 31st, which will be tomorrow. So, with your votes, maybe we'll win. And we'll win. I don't know what prizes we get for winning. I guess I should have asked that. But anyway, please do that for us. It'll put us on the map even more. And remember, this is the 300th episode. This is the 300th time we're doing this show. So this is like a big deal. So please celebrate with us. Are we celebrating? I don't know. I just thought of that. We only got 10 seconds and we'll be here, so please stand by.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to I'm Right.
I'm Right.
And I'm Jill Cox-Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
And it's Wednesday. And it's
It is Wednesday.
300th episode.
300. That means we've been here for a long time.
I think we deserve applause for that. You got applause for that?
Applause for that? I might have some applause.
I think we deserve it. If I say so myself. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Remember that phrase, who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it?
People
that
still
we'd be
say
here
that.
300 episodes later.
Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah.
Well, we have people with us tonight.
We do.
Well, at least one person has checked in.
All right. It's
Connie is here. Connie is
What's up,
listening.
Connie?
Hey, Connie.
Good to see ya.
Glad you're here.
Yes, happy you're here.
Yay.
For our 300th episode. 300.
That's right.
That's a lot of episodes.
We did it.
Yeah.
And for the people who don't listen to, since we actually start this show 5 minutes ahead of time so that we can, do our technical checks and get everything ready. For the people who didn't hear you talk during then, you mentioned.
I mentioned.
Do you remember what you mentioned?
Do you remember? I know the podcast awards. That's what I mentioned.
Well, that's one thing that you mentioned. Yes.
I mentioned that. It's the last day to vote.
Well, that you can vote
ends
through
on
tomorrow. Thursday, July 31st.
And that's podcastawards.com and the People's Choice category and Society and Culture.
Yes. We would love
category.
to be in the top 10 in both categories if possible.
I would like to be number one.
You want to be the winner?
Yeah. What do we get if you win?
Bragging rights.
Bragging rights? Well, maybe more sponsors.
That's what you mentioned during your little 5-minute speech. You said we're actually generating a little bit of income now.
Yes.
From ads.
After 300 episodes.
Yeah, it took us to 300 episodes to get there.
Generating a little bit of income. We are not ready to quit. I'm not ready to quit my job.
Well, you can on what we're making so far.
Is a writer.
I am.
Jill writes.
I'm an artist. And you're an artist too.
Yeah. I work at holding the steering wheel.
Well, for now. But one day we're going to retire you for good from that.
Yeah. One day I'll be 90.
Yeah.
I'll be what they call.
It'll be before then. I hope.
They call people like me a die-hard truck driver. Did you know that?
No.
Die-hard truck drivers never stop driving.
Ever?
Never.
Like their whole life? They never their whole adult life, they never stop driving?
They never stop driving.
We don't want you to be that.
So they keep on driving until they die.
We don't want you to do that.
And I know several truck drivers that were die-hard truck drivers, and they drove till they died.
You don't want to do that, though, do you?
Yeah. No, I don't want to do that.
So we're going to work to
I remember
where you
when I
can't.
was in my 20s, I was like, I don't want to be a die-hard truck driver. But now I'm old, and I'm still driving. I might be a die-hard truck driver and don't know it.
No, working hard so that you don't.
I may not know that I am a die-hard truck driver.
Woosah. Let's not even put that back in the universe. Let's not even speak it into existence.
I need people to chime
That's
in.
Not the night's
am
topic, though.
I a die-hard truck driver?
No, because in 3 to 4 years, you'll be out for good. That's how we started this part of the conversation.
And I'll be 3 or 4 years older.
But you won't be 90.
Okay.
And then... And Ronaldo says they don't die, they multiply. Okay.
I ain't making no more truck drivers.
Okay. Well, that is not tonight's topic.
What is tonight's topic?
Well, tonight's topic, we're talking about overachievers. But before I get to that, we need to tell you, I need to tell you last week's results. Last week of the poll that I conducted on LinkedIn. I do a week-long poll, and the results were finalized yesterday. And so last week we talked about authenticity. Like, and we asked, are you being your most authentic self? And so the results are in. Yes, 14%. No, 14%. 71% said only in my personal life. 0% said only in my professional life. So I still maintain that people don't feel that they can bring their most authentic selves to the workplace.
To the workplace. I agree.
And I understand that because many times you're not allowed.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, people will. Yeah, I agree.
I do too. I
I'll
do agree
say
with
I
those.
agree because that's not the topic of the show.
Right.
Tonight.
Well, tonight we're talking about overachievers. And this time I asked in the poll, do you have a problem with overachievers? And it's part of a segment that we call
Stand by your stance.
Stand by your stance.
Well, I'm going to tell you the results so far because this poll just started yesterday and it's going to end this coming Tuesday.
Okay.
So far, 50% said no. They don't have a problem with overachievers.
50%? Did you say 50%?
50.
Okay.
0% said yes. And the other 50% said sometimes. Now, I did give them another option, which is there such, there's no such thing as an overachiever. But 0% said that. So I want to start with that. I actually don't think a person can overachieve. They can achieve and they can excel, but I don't think they can overachieve. What's your stance on that?
Well, I actually agree with you, Jill.
We agreed tonight.
I think people that achieve, they just do great things. They're achievers. They do a lot of good stuff. They achieve a lot of good stuff. But who says that makes them a overachiever? So what happens when they achieve more, even after they've overachieved, according to people? Are they overachiever? I mean, really? I think
I think they're just an achiever.
People that achieve, that
yes,
excel at
most everything that they try. From the time I was a kid and even as an adult, people have always said to me, "You could do anything you set your mind to."
I would love to hear an example of some from the audience, actually, of who they believe is an overachiever
and why. I want to know why. Like, why is that overachieving as opposed to just achieving?
Yeah.
But I always do research on our topics, and I look to see why do people, because surveys show that most people do have a problem with people they perceive to be overachievers. So I wanted to know those top reasons of why. So what I found was that many people perceive those who achieve and achieve and achieve to be threats to them because it makes them feel inadequate, and it makes them feel that those people are always going to get more and more opportunities. But to me, that makes sense. The more you excel at something, the more people are going to ask you to do something, right?
This is true.
Another reason is people that they deem overachievers, they think are also arrogant because either they never need help or they won't ask for it.
They may not need help.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Because
it's
they're so good at what they do.
That they don't need anybody to help with that. And I don't know about you, but a lot of times when I've been in the workplace and someone has given me a task to do, or even when I was in school, and I hated group projects. hated it because if everybody was going to get the same grade but didn't do the work, the person that they deemed the overachiever did all the work.
So
you
you
know?
don't.
So
you,
sometimes it's actually easier to just get them out of the way and do it.
So you're not a fan of pass fail grades.
I was in grad school. Absolutely, I was a fan.
But you didn't like it in elementary school?
We didn't have.
You
Well,
didn't-
we did have that.
You didn't like group
the
projects.
The first time I got a letter
because
grade was in
Actually, you do sound a little arrogant.
arrogant.
Isn't that one of the things they said they think people that
How
are
is that
overachievers?
arrogant?
Look, hey, I don't. You know what? I don't need them. I'm just gonna do it all myself.
Because they weren't pitching in,
It
they
was a
weren't doing
group
anything.
project.
Here's how it would play out.
Why didn't you?
Here's how
why
it would
didn't
play
you
out.
do like them and not do anything?
Because I didn't want
So-
anything less than an A.
So
So if
then
I'm going to
you
get
could
my
all
A,
take
I'm
the
going to
F.
put in the work. I will not
How
take an
many
F for the
times-
team.
How many times have you gotten an F?
That's beside
I
the
can
point.
answer that
That's-
question.
that's-
Never.
That's beside the point. We're not talking about failing. Oh, Bertha is here. Hi, Bertha.
Hi,
and she
Bertha.
says definitely projection. Are you talking to me, Bertha? Am I projecting? What are you saying? All right, moving right along.
Yeah,
In the
you
workplace,
should move right along.
in the workplace, you would think that managers and people I deem true leaders enjoy having people who excel at everything they do. You would think that they would like that, right?
You would think, but
But according to the research that I did, many managers feel threatened by that person. They think they're going to take their job. But here's a tip for managers like that. Most of the time, they don't want your job. They don't want your job.
sometimes
They just want to do well at their job.
sometimes they might want. your job.
Sometimes, yeah, but
If you are incompetent in your job and you're their boss, they might want your job.
no. And I've experienced where I
They
had to
might.
manage up,
That's-
where my
that's
managers. Well, let me tell you what I wanted. I didn't want their job. I just wanted them out of the picture. I wanted
Yeah.
them gone
Yeah.
and have a better boss.
You just wanted them to leave you alone.
Yeah.
Like a
Like,
only,
do not-
spoken
do
like
not-
an only child. Just leave me
No,
alone.
that's called
Just-
micromanagement. If you're constantly around someone and you have no idea what you're talking about and telling the person to do, just get out of the way.
Jill, did you play well with others?
Yes,
Really?
adults. I didn't really like children when I was younger.
We're talking about your peers. Did you play along
The only
well
I only
with
got
others?
in the only person I ever physically fought with was a cousin. And she was older than me, so she was always blamed for that.
And how many other people did you play along with?
I played with people,
Did you? People?
with
What
peers.
people?
I played with with
some
neighbors.
people?
I
You
did. I had friends. But most of my friends just let me choose what we were going to do. So we would play talk show. We
So
would
you was
play.
taking control.
They let
again.
me.
Like
They wanted me to.
like an overachiever.
Not like an overachiever, like a leader, like a boss.
Is there a difference between a overachiever and a boss? And you just said you'd never wanted to be the boss.
No, I said I didn't want my boss's job, but I was a boss too.
Yeah.
No, and
This
I don't.
sounds
I don't agree with the term overachiever.
Well, like I said, I don't agree with that term either, but I also think it depends on a person's perspective. You know, so like for instance, if you're a person that achieves a lot in your life and there's someone that you know that barely achieves anything in their life, they may look at you like you're an overachiever. But then you might have someone that achieves way more than you, and that person may not see you as an overachiever. They might think you're an underachiever because you haven't done as much as them.
Well, one of my mottos is, I try not to be the smartest person in the room because I want to learn from others.
How do you try not to be the smartest?
Well, I mean, when I was a
Are you
manager,
saying you seek out?
I seek out people who were really smart or better at things that I wasn't as good at. But we're getting comments. Let me pull up some comments here. Okay, so I accused Bertha of talking about me, but she says, no, sis, I was agreeing with you, LOL. Okay. All right, Bertha, you've redeemed yourself. By the way, Bertha is also a podcast host. She's doing a whole podcast series about people turning 50 years old this year. So you should check her out.
I'm not invited because I left 50 years ago.
You can still.
I'm not invited to be on
it's
the
still
show.
great content.
It
can take you back to your 50s. You know.
I'll have to get into the show when she does people that are in their 60s.
Anyway.
Oh,
and this I love this comment. The comment is showing Judy Wise, but Miss Wise and Mr. Wise both were part of my Caverna education when I was growing up. Mr. Wise, I actually learned algebra. He was teaching us algebra before, you expected us to know how to do algebra. Yeah. And he was also a principal. And Miss Wise was my English teacher. So, I absolutely
meet both of them.
You've never met either.
I've never met them. When I went to
Caverna? The 2 times you've been to Caverna, they were not there.
Oh, disappointing.
But I would love to see you all, Mr. and Miss Wise. And so the comment is, this is Forrest, that's Mr. Wise. Jill's, I'm sorry, I can't call you all Forrest and Judy. I just can't. You're Mr. and Miss Wise
Forrest,
to me.
Run, right? I'm sure they
this
hear
is
that
Forrest.
a lot.
Jill always excelled in my class. Thank you, Mr. Wise.
And look how proud you are.
Because I really tried. I tried to excel. I tried. I did.
That's very good, Jill. Very, very good.
See what you can do if you put your mind to it and you try to excel. So I was not an overachiever. I just put my mind to something. You present the task to me. I do my best to excel at it. I'm not perfect by any means, but I would always give it my best.
Do you think your peers deemed you to be an overachiever?
It depends on if they agree with that term.
Well, let's say they did.
I think they would think that I excelled at many things. In fact, senior year, my superlative was most likely to succeed.
That's a good question.
What is?
Is the person that's voted most likely to succeed, are they an overachiever?
No, they just set their mind to achieve something and they do it. So, for example, at my school at Caverna, they would pick a male and female for the superlatives. So the male we actually sat with at my last class reunion. The veterinarian that we sat with. Yeah. He also got most likely to succeed. And for as long as I can't remember a time that he ever wanted to be anything else but a veterinarian. And that's what he is.
Okay.
And starting at 9 years old, I wanted to be a journalist. And I achieved that.
Okay.
So that's not overachieving. That's just setting goals and meeting them. Wouldn't you say?
Well, yeah. I do agree with you. I don't agree.
I feel like you're trying to put me on the spot or something.
I don't agree with overachiever phrase. I don't. People just achieve. But again, I really get into perspective and trying to see where the other person is coming from and how they feel about things. So everything you've told me makes me wonder, do people consider that to be overachieving?
Well, I think that
You know,
people
9 years old, you say, I'm going to be a journalist, and then you're a journalist. You know, how many people say they're going to be something when they grow up and never achieve that?
Well, I'm sure that, when you're a kid and everybody asks you, what do you want to be when you grow up? You say 50 million things before you really settle on something. But I was very sure at 9 that that's what I wanted to do.
So maybe
And that's what I did.
Overachiever thing.
It's not. It's setting a goal and meeting
and doing
it.
it. But that's what overachievers do.
Well,
They say, I'm going to do this, and then they do it. And then after they do that, I'm going to do that. And then they do it.
We're both goal-oriented people.
I'm going to do such and such, and they do it.
Yes.
So would people consider that type of person to be an overachiever?
No, the phrase that people, at least say to my face, I don't recall ever being called an overachiever to my face. But friends say, maybe some people that weren't my friends said it to my face. But people who are my friends say I'm a go-getter.
Go-getter.
And I am. I go after the things that, have been placed on my heart to do. But I believe the word overachiever came from underachievers, and they think that there has to be a yin and a yang, the opposite of an underachiever. What is the opposite of an underachiever?
I don't know.
A goal-getter. Someone who meets their goals.
Okay. All right.
That's what I think.
Okay. Well, that's pretty good.
But with people who do set goals and they continuously meet them. People who don't like them or have a problem with them say it's because they're extra.
They're extra?
They're extra. They go above and beyond what they were asked to do. That's not the case for me. I don't go, in my opinion, I don't go above and beyond.
Well, I don't believe people think. I don't agree with that. People think someone that goes above and beyond is an overachiever.
That's what they say. Yes, that's an overachiever. All you had to do was the task. You didn't have to do more to achieve it.
But you had to do the job correctly.
Correct. But is that above and beyond, or is that just doing the job?
Well, I have found, because I have been accused of going above and beyond at my job.
By someone who goes above and beyond?
No. By someone that does as little as possible.
Well, see, I call those slackers. They're just slacking. They're not even willing to do the minimum. And so that's why they have a problem with the people they perceive to go above and beyond, because if that person is out, then they believe that they're expected to keep that kind of pace, to do those kinds of things. But
I see.
But that's just slacking.
You're rough, Jill.
I'm rough. No, I'm calling it how I see. Because going back to the group project thing, sometimes when you're the one
loafing slacker.
Sometimes when you're the one that that puts in the work to get the A, or puts in the work, to do the job well, then it opens the door for the other people to be slackers. I've always, I've had jobs where I did my job. I did my job well, right? And then a special show, when I was a TV journalist, a special show would come up, and they would change my entire schedule so that I could be in position to do that special. When in fact they already had someone there. So I would go to my boss, after this became a pattern. Why isn't he doing this show? Why isn't he producing it? And it was like, he's not good at it. Well, give him a chance to perfect that. Give him a chance to practice it. And she would not.
Didn't mess up the show.
Well, I mean, you could have had
a bad product out.
Well, you could have had backup, like you could have trained him on the job. but they were unwilling to do that. So sometimes it's hard to be the one that does excel because you have far more than you're supposed to have to do. I didn't like that. Okay, so we have another comment. Whether or not this is from Ronaldo, whether or not they are considered an overachiever may depend on the environment, work, school, social, etc. That is true.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is true. Because if you're in an environment where everybody is doing great, that's great.
Yeah, but if you're in an environment where everybody's a slacker, like you said,
then that's not good either. No, not good at all. Not good at all.
I can't believe you're calling people slackers.
Some people, they're proud of it. They're like, I walked my dog for 4 hours today. I'm proud of it. Like they announced that. I'm sorry, I'm just now showing up, to the meeting 50 minutes late. But I was walking my dog and no one calls them out for it. Like, what? So some people are proud of it.
I'm late because I was walking my dog for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Never heard that one before.
Oh, I have.
I'm trying to help you.
Oh, where'd that come from?
That's our next segment because it's almost time for this show to end.
Yes, it is.
So we this whole episode we asked, do you have a problem with overachievers? So what's your advice if you do?
Stop it. Stop.
Just
stop doing that. Stop calling people overachievers. They're just people that achieve more than you.
Well, then that leads to my advice is, why are you focused on them anyway? Focus on what you're supposed to be doing.
That's right. But but a person does not have to do stuff, achieve all of this great stuff. A person can just, go to their job, do their job in a satisfactory form, go home, and then, come back and do it the next day. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
There's a person that, even like me, I am an achiever. I set my mind to do something, I'll do it. But at my job, they said there is room for advancement. And at my interview, I said, I don't want to advance. I just want to do my job. I'm not trying to become management or anything. Just let me do my job. But that's because at this stage in my life, that's all I want to do. I just want to do my job.
You just want to do your job and go home?
Yeah, I want to do it well. I want to do my job extremely well. But I'm not trying to move up in the company or anything. No, I'm trying to get to retirement soon. So, yeah. Yeah, so for those of you that think there's overachievers and all, just stop it. They're doing what they do. They're achieving stuff.
And focus on what you want to do. And, that also goes to, what do you do to, feel, what's self-satisfying for you? So for me, it's like, achieving something, if someone gives me a task to do and I do it well, it's like playing a game with myself. Like, how well can I do this? And it's
Gotcha.
Self-satisfying. So I'm not, that's why I always tell people I'm not your competition. I'm only competing with myself.
Right. Gotcha.
Oh, it sounds like we're wrapping things up.
Yeah, we're going to have to close this out. We've been 30 minutes so far. It went fast.
It did.
And we love the comments from the audience. And also, after show anyone, we need your input. So if there's a show you want us to do or a question about any topic you want to ask us, you know how to reach us. Just ask us. And we might turn it into a show or something. Remember to come back next week I'm right. Every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. live. And you can also watch the show on Jill's website, JillCox-Cordova.com, and click the podcaster tab.
And thanks everyone for being here for our 300th episode. I can't believe we've reached this milestone, but thank you for being here with us. One person who didn't write a comment, but I know she's here, is Jackie Hanley. She's one of my cousins. So thank you for being here, Jackie.
Hi.
All right. Well, I think that's it, right?
I think that's it. So let's close out the show. And as usual, we love you all. At least I do.
I love you too. I do.
Jill may not, but I do.
I love you. I do.
I have a big heart.
I do too. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.